You know, there's nothing like being behind the scenes. It's one of my favorite places to be because I get a chance to have one of these private, personal conversations. And you sent this very exhausted bio, by the way, which I would love to read. But as I always say, I'd be here the whole show because you're bad. You're just a bad to the bone individual. So I'm excited. So do me a favor. Take a moment, if you would, and tell us a little about who is Melanie McSally. Did I get that right?
McSally, yep.
McSally. Okay,
Yep.
who is Melanie McSally, and what are you up to these days?
Oh, wow, that's a loaded question. So I'm Melanie McSally. I help businesses automate. And what am I up to these days? Well, I don't know if you know this, but there's a pandemic going on. Um, and everybody wants to be digital right now. I have no idea why. So I'm helping them go digital. So come up with ideas for taking their brick and mortar or their solid product and go digital with it, or just generate more income streams. Or the third thing is just automating their productivity so that way they can get more done with less.
You talked about generating more income. You talked about getting more done with less. I know we're going to dive into that, but can you take a moment and kind of frame the conversation for the person who says, oh no, is this going to be one of them geeky, geek out conversations? Because let me tell you something. I don't even know anything about productivity code stuff. To take a moment and tell us why this conversation is important to the entrepreneur out there, the person that has a lot going on, but they have a big heart and they want to reach, touch, and help more people. Why is this conversation going to be important for them?
Well, one thing that we all know and love is that opportunity doesn't knock twice, right? So the one thing that's really fantastic about automation is that you can prepare yourself to always be ready to accept success when it approaches you, when you invite it to you. So you are ready to capture it because you have this automated system in place to say, I'm ready to serve you on a grand scale. And you really need to have technology and automation underneath you as your sort of stage to stand on to allow people to see you and hear you and know that you're there, ready and willing to help them solve their problems and give them that hopeful state.
You speak of something that's going on right now. We're in uncharted waters. I've been having this conversation with a number of folks. Take a moment and tell us, how has this really impacted you in what you're doing? Because I know you telling me something that was going on in January, so I want you to share that with you. And then where you were doing in January, and then where you are today, so we can get some frame of reference how this has impacted you.
Sure. So when I set out to become an engineer, I sold my house. I gave away everything I owned that didn't fit in my Honda Civic, and I have been a digital nomad ever since. So I have been traveling the world, and in fact, in January, I was in 9 different countries, which is a bit of a lot for 1 month. But right after that is when we got the notice that we should stop traveling. At the time, I happened to be in Florida, and my parents live in Florida. So I just said, hi. And I've been here ever since, and I'm sure they're ready to get rid of me. But life goes on. You pivot and you make the best of the situation. And so I've been serving from my parents' house, and still doing business as usual. Like nothing has changed from that perspective. I've just had the same scenery the last couple months.
The same scenery. Oh my goodness. And you're going to talk to us. Hey, Sonora, thanks for joining. What's up, Robert? Carol, you're at the right place. Bessie, thanks for joining so much. Look, as you folks are joining on, yes, there is a promise. You're going to share 3 productivity, I won't call them hacks, but secrets that you can use to be more productive. But first, I will ask the question, since she was traveling in 9 different countries in January, what do you enjoy most? And then we got to go. We got a real show we got to get to. But what do you enjoy most about what you're doing now?
Meeting people. I mean, as an engineer, I get to listen to people's stories. I get to listen to their hopes and dreams. I get to listen to their creative side that says, I have this genius that I need to share. And so listening to all of that and making it possible for them to do that. So one of the main reasons that I'm in technology is that technology makes accomplishing dreams that much more successful, that much more approachable.
Well, I can't wait. I'm super excited. This is one of those episodes. I always say you can get results in your life and you can get results in your business. I believe with these secrets we're going to have, we're going to get results in both. So we're going to get started in 5. It's the only thing I get to do. 4. I see you out there, Tracy. 3, 2, 1. It's showtime. We'll be back in just a moment. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Woo-hoo! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower, our mission is to inspire, and our mission is to provide you, that's right, you the entrepreneur, you the speaker, you the one with the big heart, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And whether you're a believer or not, hopefully you'll be able to relate to this because I am, and you don't have to be. But I want you to imagine for a moment that you're Noah, and you're in the Bible, and he's a character, right? And not a character, but a real person. And he shows up, and he's ready to get going. And Noah, pardon me. We want to give you a full report. There is a problem. There is no hammer in the house. No hammer. We don't worry. Everything's be fine. We'll keep going. Excuse me. Noah, pardon me once again. There's no nails either. All right, got it. No hammer, no nails. We know rule number 1 is we never panic. It's going to be okay. What is it now? Noah, last time, there's no wood left, and there's no team to put the boat together. Good luck on this mission. And maybe that's you right now. You've got everything you need, but you need resources, which means you need revenue to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And you have a vision for yourself, the clothes you want to wear, the cars you want to drive, the food you want to eat, organic, obviously. And it takes resources, which means it takes money. Or maybe you have a vision number 2 for your loved ones, the ones you care the most about, the ones you want to write a check for, to make sure their insurance is taken care of, the kids you want to send to a school of your choice. And it takes resources. And that's why Melanie's here right now. Or maybe you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. So with that being said, it's my honor and my privilege by way of Boston, now down in Florida, to hang out with the one and only Melanie McSally. What's up, Melanie? How are you?
I'm well. Thank you, Shay, so much for having me. It's such a privilege to be here. So thank you so much to you, to all of your guests for tuning in. I'm humbled to be here.
Well, thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege, a treat and a treasure. Take a moment for those folks that are listening saying, all right, Shay, give this to me. Break this thing down. You're going to be talking about automating productivity. Like, okay, automating productivity. It's an oxymoron. And for those folks out there like Tony Moore, who's bad to the bone, one of the baddest attorneys I know out there. Rona, I see you. Thanks for joining. Tracy Boone is in the house. So many folks are tuning in. What's this topic going to be about?
It's about taking back your life. It's about having more time in your day. Mm-hmm. It's about being able to work from anywhere. It's about being able to engage with your clients, no matter where they are, where you are, because we know that engaged clients are the ones that are going to recommend us to their tribes, to their friends and family. So, it's giving that much more into your business without you adding more time or money.
What do you say to the person who says, do I need to tune in to this because I'm not even into technology? Like, technology ain't my jam, okay? It really isn't. Why should they tune in and why should they pay attention?
Technology doesn't have to be your jam, right? Like that's why we exist, is so that it doesn't have to be your jam. The thing, though, about technology is that it can set you up for success or it can cause your worst nightmares. Like, how many times have you been like, this phone isn't working, Mm-hmm. And wouldn't it be great if you had somebody that you could just be like, can you fix this for me? Or when somebody recommends something to you, you have somebody to go to say, do I need that? It sounds like I need that, but do I need that? Because it's expensive and I don't want to buy it if I don't need it. Mm-hmm. So, having the right software for you.
Having the right software for you. So we talked about at least 3 productivity secrets. And Tony Moore said, yes, I need this. I'm surprised. She says, I need to automate my productivity. Take a moment. I know you could be here for weeks, but for the person that's listening as an entrepreneur that's like, I'm busy, I've got a lot going on, what's one productivity automated tool or idea that you like to suggest that may be to help me in my business? This is a loaded question, obviously, because it's a lot that you could do, but pick one right now and kind of explain why, if you don't mind.
Okay, so, I guarantee you that at least half of your audience has something on their to-do list that's not worth their time, right?
Guilty.
They're doing something that's not worth their time. It could just be reading emails, right? How many of you look through your inbox? You spend time looking through your inbox and you're just searching for that one that's important enough for you to respond to. Somebody else could do that for you. A computer could do that for you. You set up a couple of rules to send things to places that, takes it out of your initial viewpoint, that bubbles up the important and then lowers down the unimportant. So, the first thing is looking at your to-do list and deciding, what can I delegate? What can I automate? What can I outsource altogether? What can I get rid of? Like, what is just not serving me or my vision, right? So just, going through your list and saying, is this worth a CEO's time?
Is this worth a CEO's time? Are there any particular apps or software that I know you're not endorsing them, I get that, but that you may recommend for someone that's listening saying, okay, I've downloaded a lot of apps, and I got so many apps, so I need an app to tell me what apps I have on my phone, right? It's that bad, as a matter of fact. So what's maybe 1 or 2 productivity apps or software that can help folks really organize their to-dos or organize the action items they have to get done, or maybe organize their team?
Okay, so I'm actually I'm going to talk about this on Friday in great detail.
Oh, but, good. Then we get a preview of coming attractions. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's an exclusive, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So I like free tools, right? Because I'm about maximizing your profits and streamlining your path to profitability and maximum profits. So I like free because, if you're not spending money on it, then that's a faster path to profit. So I use Asana for managing my tasks. I know that Shay, you've used it in the past, and it's a great way to give tasks to my employees that are local as well as my employees that are overseas, because they can upload files and images. We can link to Google and things like that. So we can make it really clear on what the task is that they need to achieve, and give me back what they're producing. And right in the tool, I can mock it up and say, yes, no, this is working for me, or that's not. The other tool, and this is what I'm going to talk about on Friday, so stay tuned, is having a password manager. Now, I know that you love your sticky notes and your notebooks that have all your passwords in them, and you think that's secure. But here's one thing that a password manager will do for you that a notebook will not. It will allow you to share passwords to your employees without them seeing what the password is, so that if they ever become a type of person where you need to take away their access, you can just say delete, and you don't have to change your passwords to all of your systems. They just stop having access.
Wow, that's really cool. Any one that you recommend, or maybe a couple that are top of mind to you? I know we weren't planning on asking that question, but I'm just curious. They're like, okay, Shay, password manager. There's a dozen plus password managers out there. If I type in password manager in Google, so is there any one or two that are like bubble to the top that you normally recommend?
So I use LastPass. And 1Pass is another really popular one. So those are the two top ones out there. When I was at Harvard, they rolled out LastPass for all their employees, and we got it for life. So that's why I use LastPass.
Another free tool. Is that what you're saying?
It's free. It's free for life. I mean, they have a premium version, but you very rarely have to upgrade to it. Like, I'm still on the free version. I had premium when I was at Harvard, but now I've been downgraded to free, and I've been on it for years.
LastPass. Everyone out there, go out there and get LastPass. I'm going to switch. I'm using Dashlane, which I think I pay $140 a year or something like that. And now I know LastPass. I didn't know it did the same thing. See, I'm in the front row. I'm sitting in the front row. Dashlane, you're gone. You're gone. You're gone. I'm gone. You gotta stay competitive. Why do people have a resistance to using automation? Don't worry. I hear you out there. We're going to have another automation tool. I'm not going to let her leave. Don't worry about that. Why do you think people have resistance to using this software or using apps to help their business? Although they read about it, they heard about it, they watch YouTube videos about it, you're now telling about it. Why do we as entrepreneurs have a resistance to using it? We get it, but we don't use it. That's number one. And before you answer that question, for those folks that are out there, we want to help another entrepreneur that's overwhelmed, or they want to do more. They want to be more. They want to accomplish more. And technology is the fastest way to do that. So here's how you can help out. Here's how you can help another entrepreneur. Hit the share button. You can hit the watch party button. When you hit that button right now, just put down these words. Just put serve plus give value. And just put hashtag Melanie McSally. Just put serve plus give value. And that's what she's doing right now. She's going to serve. So if you're out there right now, you can benefit. So you can share it to your private group. She's okay. You're okay with that, I'm sure. You can share it to your private group. You can take the link and put it onto a different platform. Do it now. Do it now. And after you do that, look below the video and say, I shared. I'm in. All right, Melanie, answer the question. Why do we have this resistance? Why?
So I get this all the time, and the three things I find are time. So how many of you feel like you don't have the time to put the infrastructure in place to scale your business, to automate your business? The other one is money. How many of you feel like technology is just way too expensive, out of reach for you? And the third is know-how. How many of you feel like, I just don't get technology, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to buy, and even when I do, I log in and I don't know what to do, I don't know how to set it up. So those are the three main hurdles for people: is time, money, and know-how.
time, money, and know-how. And you help in all three of those areas. Am I hearing you correctly?
Yes, yes. So we pride ourselves on being your go-to partner, at meeting you wherever you're at, from a time perspective, from a financial perspective, and from a know-how perspective. No judgment on any front. We meet you where you're at, and then we use infrastructure to elevate you to achieve your vision.
To achieve your vision. Love it. Share another productivity secret, if you will. You gave us one. You said there's a tool called Asana that you can use to help manage your team and manage your projects. Is there another automated productivity secret that you can share? We're all here. Only the champions are here now. Only the winners are here. And we're listening right now.
So I like to use a tool called Zapier.
Ooh, I like that.
Zapier.
That's my favorite.
This is one of your favorites, I think.
Sorry. I'm biased. I'll keep you, Zapier. I'll keep you.
So I like to use it. It helps you integrate tools that can't otherwise integrate themselves. And it does so in a user interface that is written for non-geeks. So it makes it accessible for you to connect to apps and get them to talk to one another. So a lot of times people have disparate software systems and they need to get things from one to the other. So an example could be you have a CRM. A CRM is basically your list. It's your list of leads and clients, right? So you have a CRM, contains your leads, and now you've bought a software tool that will allow you to offer courses and membership sites. Well, you need your list to be in that tool to produce email campaigns and to generate traffic to buy these courses and membership sites. So instead of copying and pasting, downloading and uploading, you can use Zapier to, automatically move these leads from system to system.
Wow. And is it reasonable? Is it reliable?
It's very reliable. You get emails from Zapier about how many zaps happen. That's their language.
Yeah.
And how many tasks you automated. So I have a number of clients and I manage all of their zaps. And I love these emails because it's like you had thousands of zaps and you saved yourself this much time. I'm like, yes.
And I love it as well because it makes it easier for two systems to talk to each other, and it's really a big deal. She's giving some golden gems, and there's some folks sitting around saying, "Oh my gosh, this project manager get paid thousands of dollars to kind of do something and set it up." And I'm not saying to get your feet up because I know y'all work hard, but really, automation is the key, and there's no secret to that for where we are right now. And if you're going to be in this digital presence, and I don't know what business isn't right now in this digital presence, then you're going to need some of these tools and a lot more that are advanced and some that are not as advanced. And Melanie's the right person to help you get there. Melanie is someone is listening right now and they're like, okay, I got it. But how does she organize and prioritize her to-dos? I get it with, they said Asana, and that's something that you can have for themselves or their team. Is there any other way they can help manage their schedule or manage the different priorities that they have for the day?
Yeah, well, your day should be built around achieving your vision and increasing your profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like bringing in revenue to increase your profits. So I would say that if there are tasks on your list that are not going towards these two things in one way, shape, or form, then you need to ask yourself why they're on your list. So you could have things like product development, and you could have things like, engagement with your clients. And you have to ask yourself, does this go to increasing my bottom line, or does it go to achieving my vision? And, one of those does, and one of those does not. So, you need to ask yourself that question every day.
I love it. You've given two golden nuggets. I mean, I feel like I should write a check for the third one. But we're not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. She came ready. She came ready. So give us one more. And for those folks that are out there, if you haven't hit the share button to pay this message forward, hit the share button, okay? This isn't one of those moments you might say, oh my gosh, I'm geeking out. But here's what we know. You have a mission to help someone else, whether improve their life or improve their business. And you can reach more people, you can have more meaning, you can have more impact, and you can make $1 and a difference when you're using these type of tools, and that's really important. So go ahead and share one more secret that you got in the goodie box that we can do to have automated productivity.
Okay, so the thing is that the one thing that takes the most time and also produces the most results, so people feel like they should do it manually and they should spend a lot of time on it, is client or lead engagement, right? I'm going to spend a lot of time engaging with my leads, engaging with my clients, because I need to nurture them, to serve them, to have them buying from me, so on and so forth. So it's natural to feel like that's where you should spend all your time and you should really nurture. And you can automate that. And I know that most of you are probably thinking, yeah, but the marketing emails, they're so impersonal. And, you know, I get that they're the same every time and everybody has the same. And yeah, okay, that is true. However, you can still personalize your engagement and have it automated. So just because a computer is doing it does not mean that it has to be impersonal. You do have to spend a little bit more time up front to get to know your clients and to feed the system so it knows your clients. But then your communications from then on out are personalized.
The personalized communication. And do you subscribe to the school of thought in terms of automating it for social media as well and running these type of platforms that are using engagement?
So there are, not everything is created equal, right? So there are bots out there they're just meant to get you as many followers as possible. But followers don't buy products, right? People that are your groupies that just walk around behind you, they're not buying. They're there for the free ride. And I'm not talking about your friends. I'm not talking about the people that are engaged with you and love everything you do. I'm talking about the people that are just literally following you around. The people, they could be not real people, or they could just want to be there for the ride, for the exposure, so to speak. Those are the bots, those are the automations that you want to stay away from. You want to go towards the ones that have that more personalized in nature, that really focus on engagement and create a sort of engagement with your leads and your clients over the ones that are just looking for the thumbs up and the, hearts.
Just the thumbs up and the hearts. What do you enjoy most about what you're doing these days? You sound like you're having a lot of fun. For somebody that's dealing with, techie type of stuff. You sound like you're having so much fun. What do you enjoy about it?
I mean, there's very little that I don't enjoy about it. So there's the aspect of the creativity, right? Of coming up with that new idea, that new product that nobody's ever seen or heard of, that latest and greatest, the new Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg kind of things of like, oh, I have something cool and exciting that's fresh and new. And so working with people that are doing that's super exciting, because I'm on the front line and I get to see and hear things before they actually go live, and I get to play a small role in helping those come to fruition. So that's super cool. But then also the people that are making things better, Like, I just love, when things are made better, when the system is just better. So that's cool. And then, sometimes I get clients that stump me and they're like, I want to do this thing. And I'm like, I don't actually know how to do that, but I'm your technology partner and I'm going to figure it out. And so I get to learn cool and new things,
Yeah. Now everybody's probably watching saying, man, she has it all together. Dee Bowden's out there right now. Shawana Kennedy's watching right now. Tashike, I hope I got that right. Pendleton's out there watching right now. Tracy Boone, Michelle Stevenson Thomas, Daryl Miller. So many folks are kind of tuning in. They're probably thinking, man, she has it all together. This works perfectly for her. If it goes wrong, Shay, do you know what it's going to cost me? Was there ever a situation, maybe there isn't, where you tried a technology and it failed you? And if so, how were you able to kind of fix things and get things back in place? Because that's always one of those concerns. Some people are like, gosh, I'm trusting this to work. And if it doesn't, I'm jammed.
Okay, I have a really funny story that I've actually never told publicly. So
another exclusive, ladies and gentlemen, another exclusive. This is great. I love exclusives. And she'll come right back in just a second. I think we lost her connection just as we were getting the exclusive. So we'll give it a second. I think she froze up. Just 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Rule number 1, don't panic. Don't panic. We're live, but give me a second. And then we're going to bring her right back in. Hold on. We might have lost her, but don't worry. We're going to call her right back. Let's just see here. And we'll bring her right back in a second. She's giving us an exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. You're here at the Happy Entrepreneur Show. You're listening to the one and only Melanie McSally, who's rocking and rolling. I think her computer might have went down for a second, but don't worry. Don't worry. She'll tell this story as well. She's actually in Florida right now. We're going to see if we can get her back on in just a second. Let's see here. And we're reaching out to her right now. And of course, maybe she had to reboot her computer. For those folks that are out there, we're talking about productivity hacks. And what better time to do that than right now? What's going on, Eric Heilich? Indeed, we are live. And we had one of those technology moments where the internet was not working the way we wanted to work. And how many of out there have done that? So for those folks that are out there, Melanie said, don't worry, we lost power. She's coming back. Everyone do me a favor. I'm sure she's not panicking, but look right below the video. Just write, Melanie, it's okay. Just put, Melanie, it's okay. Just look right below the video and write, Melanie, it's okay. We're talking about automation. We're talking about technology. And then the power went out. Can you imagine? Like, I can't make these stories up. So I just got a text from her. She's probably trying to switch and get her other phone on. And so she can get back on, which we'll have her back on in just a second. But just so she knows that she's not alone out there, look right below the video. Look right below the video and say, Melanie, it's okay. Melanie, it's okay. Because we'll have the power back on. Also, share your big takeaway so far. What is one of your favorite productivity apps? Now, I have a lot of apps that I like, but what's one of your productivity apps that keeps you on target, keeps you on track? One of mine is the 5-minute journal. Now, I've been on this kick for the last 4 or 5 years to write in my journal every single day because I'm like, look, I'm going to leave behind a piece of media, which will be video, it'll be audio, but I also want my sons to have a journal they can read. And my dad passed away back on May 2nd, 2017. It was one of the things that I wish that I had. I wish I had his voice to hear over and over again, which I don't. And I know he got his heavenly wings. But I also wish that I was able to go read some of the thoughts he had when he was going through some things in his life. And it wasn't there. And so I decided in that moment, that was one of my defining moments. I was waiting for Melanie to come back on, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, she'll be back. I decided in that moment that I was going to be committed to writing in a journal. Now, how many of you decided you were going to commit to do something and you didn't do it? It might not have been a journal, but you said you were going to call someone, a loved one, once a week and you didn't do it. Or you had the best intentions on starting that new diet, but it didn't work out, right? So maybe you can relate to this and it didn't work. So then I went out and got an app and that didn't work. And I bought another app and that didn't work. And then finally, I got 5-minute journal. I got the app. I love the app because it's 5 minutes. And when I wake up in the morning, I can put what I'm grateful for. So it'll say, what are 3 things you're grateful for? And I love doing that. And then right below that, it says, what are you going to do today to make today great? I love that section. 3 things, only 3 things. And at the bottom of that, and you can go to 5minutejournal.com. Below that, it says, what's your affirmation for the day? And I love the affirmation that I like to use, by the way. Lost power here. No worries. Hold on, no worries. She's texting me right now. And so, no worries. We are here. I think she's sending me texts. Okay. And so now when I write in that journal, I know that it's not just for me, it's for someone else. And so it's one of my favorite productivity hacks. I share that with a number of folks, and it has really worked. Okay, hold on. I think she's coming back on. So I just wanted to share that with you. That's just my gift to you. So that's my personal productivity hack, is the 5-minute journal. Hey, Melanie, how you doing?
Well, sorry about that. We lost power here in Florida.
No problem. I don't know if I don't see your camera on. We can hear your voice, by the way. So you sound wonderful. You got a great voice. But I don't know. Do you have the camera on or no? There you go. They want to see that smiling face. They want to see that face that talks about rule number 1, don't panic. And I told them you were on your way back. I gave them a productivity hack, by the way. You got to go back and watch the replay. I mean, you don't get to see it. Now say something. Say 1, 2, 3. All right. So you might have to make sure you turn your mic on, because I think when you hit the button, you might hit the mute button. Don't worry. Melody can figure this out. She can figure this out. I promise you. But let me make sure. I'll let you know when I can hear you. Let me see. So she'll figure it out. Are you on an Apple or PC? You're on a Mac. Okay. So if you click the button up top, it'll say the 3 buttons. It'll say preferences. And you see audio and video. Click on Skype, and then it'll say audio and video settings. And there's probably a camera there. Or, because we can see you, that's good. We heard you a second ago. If not, I can hang up and call you right back. Let me hang up and call you right back. Let's just see. Okay. Rule number one, don't panic. That's rule number 1. All right, let's go back to rule number 2. Let's go here. Let's just see what happens. Let's see if we bring her in. Let's see. All right, say something.
Say something.
All right. The audience believes in you, Melanie. We can hear you. We can see you, and we can hear you. Wave at the audience for folks like Alma says, don't worry, Melody, it's going to be okay. Cheryl Graham said, don't worry about it. Michelle Stevenson Thomas says, don't worry about it. Melody, it's going to be okay. Vakisha Pittman is in the house. We got your back. Welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show. You about to tell us one of the stories you never told publicly. You could tell the story one day, too. Come on.
I just wanted to leave you on a cliffhanger, you know?
I know. We were like, and the audience thought I made it up. They're like, she's really there, Shay. No, she was not there, but she's there now. So go ahead and tell us, what's one of the times that was the question we asked, had a challenge, and doing it, it didn't work out the way you wanted it to, but you learned a lesson from it, and here's the lesson you learned.
Okay, so I don't know if I've said this, but I spent almost a decade working at Harvard University in the IT department. And while there's aspects of the social media movie that aren't accurate, there's one guy in that movie who really does exist at Harvard. He's the man that got woken up in the middle of the night because Mark Zuckerberg brought down the network in his new Facebook that he was creating. And so that guy is a good friend of mine, not the actor, but the person who it really is at Harvard. And we had this joke because one time I made a change in a database, and a database is where you keep all the information, right? It's where all the important stuff is. And I made a change, and I accidentally did it to production, to the live environment, rather than the test environment. And it brought down the entire membership system for all of Harvard, meaning like nobody could go to any of the gyms, so it was a big catastrophe. And and it was just because I made a mistake. So I got on the phone and I called this character from the social network and I said, I just brought down the database. Tell me how to fix it. And he's like, okay. And so, we fixed it. It took about 5 minutes to fix, which, in the live world is a lifetime. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, I made this stupid mistake. And I've only been on the job for a few weeks and everybody's going to hate me and everybody's going to think I'm stupid and blah, 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 blah. And he said, let me tell you about the time I took down email for all of Harvard. And we had a great conversation about it, and we use that line every time somebody says that they're, somebody does something that they don't want to admit to. It's like, let me tell you about the time I took down email for all of Harvard. Mm-hmm. It's a lesson in, if you own up to your mistakes, people give you blessings. They give you, reassurance that everybody makes a mistake. It's okay. It's part of the learning language in life, right? You cannot succeed without failure. And so the important part is to own up to it and to fix it and learn from it. So that's the biggest thing that I've done wrong, and the life lesson that I learned from it.
Thank you for sharing. See, you're not perfect. I love it. And the night you were on the Happy Entrepreneur Show and the power went out and you got yourself back on. She was quick. I'm still here. I've got more technology, Shay. I can still get a message to you. You rock. One of the core values we have here at Melanie, the Happy Entrepreneur Show, is this mantra that today is my January 1st. And for those folks who know what I'm about to do, you can look right below the video. You can write those words. Today is my January 1st. And today is my January 1st represents for all our new folks one of those moments in time. And you probably have, thousands of moments throughout the day where you make a decision, and that decision could forever change the trajectory of your life. So you either make a decision that you're going to go to the gym and work out, or you go sit on the couch and you binge watch Netflix, or you decide you're going to eat hamburgers and French fries. I get it. Salt and pepper and some ketchup. I got you. Or you're going to go to the refrigerator, open up, and inside is going to be some broccoli. I'll have some of that. Some spinach. I'll have some of that. Brussels sprouts. Gotta have that. And it's a do-over. It's a fresh start. My question to you, Melanie, is when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? What does it mean to you?
It means that it's an opportunity to elevate the trajectory of my life, right? So to forget about anything that's happened in the past and just think about the future, right? So there was one time I was going into a brand new job, and I had been at my previous job for a really long time, and I had a great reputation there. But at the same time, people learn your idiosyncrasies, right? And, maybe you want to make a shift in life. Maybe you want to change something about you or how you're operating. And it's hard to do that when everybody around you is not allowing you to change because they know you as this yesterday person, right? And so when I went to this new job, I thought, well, here's my opportunity to be who I want to be tomorrow, right? And just be that person today because nobody knows me as yesterday. And I think that's what January 1st means to me. It's like, be the person you want to be tomorrow because nobody knows yesterday.
I love it. Perfect. Thanks for sharing. What was your January 1st moment? That moment, you might have had so many, you decided, I'm going to plant my flag, I'm going to draw a line in the sand, and I'm going to help entrepreneurs that just need some help, whether they don't get it or they need someone to help them to move forward faster, or they're super advanced and they're building something that's never been built before and they're looking for a rock star on their team. What was your January 1st moment? You said, yeah, this is me. I'm all in.
So I have a friend, and we were talking earlier about Ironman, and I'm going to take it up a little notch. I have a friend who's an ultra Ironman, which means that you do 3 Ironman back to back over the course of 3 days. And she approached me and she said, I really want to accomplish this goal to do this race, and I need you on my team because you have the brain to sort of optimize and systematize my race day. So I wasn't there to help her train, but help her execute on her race. And so she had a team of 3 people. She had the keep me sane and happy through the whole race, because you need that. She had the loving, supportive partner who, handled all the logistics and all the only things your partner knows about you kind of stuff. And then I handled all of the systematized stuff. So the nutrition regimens and the how to keep her physically moving over the course of 520 miles. And, right before that, she said to all of us, this is my last triathlon. And so I knew, and her crew knew, that we needed to ensure that she was successful. And not only was she successful, but she won the race, and she beat the course record by 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. That's like a double PR. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it was because we treated her rests like pit stops. It was like zoom, 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 right? She never got a rest. She just kept going all day for 3 days straight. And afterwards, when she was doing her thank yous and her appreciations and things like that, I was not thinking that I played this big role. I was just thinking I was helping a friend achieve a goal, right? And she said to me, I couldn't have done this without you, because this is the role you played for me. And it was all about systematizing and optimizing her race. And I thought to myself, and my good friend Angel Tussie says this all the time, is that what's something that's simple for us, we take advantage of. We downplay the importance of it because it's so simple to us that we don't realize how valuable it is to others. So it was in that moment that I decided to go all in and really share that with the world.
Thanks for sharing. So well said. You probably heard this before, that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Having said that, consistency is the key. But what do most people struggle with? My hand is raised, by the way. They struggle with consistency. How do you help your clients and yourself #remain the course and be consistent when sometimes things get a little tough?
So, okay. So the thing about consistency is that there's a reason if you're not being consistent, right? So there is something that is preventing you from doing it, right? So, a good example is losing weight. Everybody wants to be fit and trim, but nobody wants to go through the painstaking efforts of working out every day and eating healthy every meal. And so they want the results without the consistency of working out and eating, right? And so the thing about consistency is what is standing in your way? What is it about this task that is preventing you from doing it? And if you can't overcome that, then do you need to do it, right? So you can delegate it, you can automate it, you can outsource it, you can get rid of it if it doesn't help you achieve your vision, or you can make some lifestyle shifts that will allow you to be more consistent. So one of the things about losing weight, and so you can, apply this to something else, is to start with the routine over something you actually do like to do. So get up in the morning and, do that like 10 minutes of binge watching or social media binging over a cup of coffee, because maybe you enjoy doing that. But because you're doing something routinely every morning at the same exact time, your body is in a routine. And then you can start to shift to the thing that you don't actually want to do. So you can start to shift in, movement, and then working out, and then eating healthy, and so on and so forth.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You've had so many mentors along this journey of life. But can you think of maybe one lesson you learned from any one of your mentors that you could share with us that we could take away that could help us right now?
So I like to turn this question on its head, because this is a often asked interview question, and so the thing I like to say is, okay, my actual greatest mentor in life was somebody that I didn't actually like working for. Like it was this relationship that was kind of painstaking for me. It was very challenging. Our personalities did not mesh. I worked really, because they were a superior, so I worked really hard to make the relationship work, even though I couldn't. And it went on for years. And I got to the point where, I was stressing myself out. I was emotional about it. And I had to leave the situation because it wasn't good for me. And when I look back on it, I realized that was actually my greatest mentor in life, because my whole existence now, like where I am in life now, I wouldn't be here without the lessons that I learned from that relationship. And I definitely learned the most out of every mentor and every difficult situation I've ever been through. I learned the most out of that relationship.
Wow, so powerful. Thanks so much for sharing. How can folks connect with you? They're out there listening right now. So to make it a two-part question. Number one, what type of clients do you work with? So they have an understanding that maybe there's someone should connect with you just themselves, or maybe they know someone. So number one, what type of clients are you taking on these days? And number two, how can they best connect with you?
Sure. So like I said before, the three big hurdles to technology are time, money, and experience and know-how. And we like to meet people where they're at and give them all of the information that they need to make the right decision. So we like to be your technology strategist. And we'll help you put that technology in place if you want, or we'll just give you mentoring and consultation around your technology. And the people that I work with the most are the people that don't like technology, don't want to have anything to do with technology, or just suffer from one of those three buckets: the I don't have time, I don't have enough money, or I don't know what I'm doing. So those are my main clients. Mm-hmm. The other small percentage of clients that I deal with are the ones that are at that transition, like I'm ready to scale my business. I've put some infrastructure in place. I don't know if it's the right infrastructure, and I'm ready to scale, and I don't want it to crumble. So those kinds of clients. Now, because technology is generally expensive, engineers are up on par with lawyers and doctors, so it's often hard to get our time. I like to make the entry point a free bundle of gifts. So I give away 3 gifts, and it's valued over $500. And all you have to do to get it is text automate to 26786. That's automate to 26786.
So tell them one more time. Someone write that right below the video. Text the word automate. Is that right?
Yep.
Text the word automate. And then so you open up your browser. You can do that, go to your messenger right now. And then once you're at the messenger, she's going to give you a number, and you just type that number up top. And then where you would normally put a smiley face or emoji, you're going to write automate. Tell them the number once again.
26786.
Okay. And then once they text, they just follow the instructions.
The instructions come to them.
Right. And then they got to follow the instructions once it comes to them.
Yep.
Fantastic. You can do this. You all can do this. This is like super cool and it's super exciting. Look, what does Melanie McSally do for fun?
Well, I'm a triathlete. So for fun, I swim, bike, and run, and I travel the world. So I try to find some races that are in the cities where I'm speaking, so I can optimize that. But yeah, I spend most of my time swimming, biking, and running. And so that was great during the pandemic. I could still go on bike rides, and people looked at me strangely, but that's okay.
Well, you're 6 feet apart. You're flying by them on the bike. I know. You're gone. You're gone. Cool. What was one of the favorite places that you had your triathlon? Of all the places you traveled, you were in 9 countries in the month of January. But of all the places that you've had a chance to do your triathlons, which one triathlon race that you had fun at? I'm sure they were all great, but one. And then what was one of the lessons you learned just training for that race?
Oh my God. So I've been to the Ironman Championships in Kona, Hawaii. So that was a fantastic event to be at. That same friend was racing, so I was there supporting her there. And I've been to Lanzarote, so that was really cool too. The best place I've ever traveled, like just to explore and stuff, is Morocco. I really loved going there and going through Fez and the Medinas and things like that. So that was super cool. I went to Dubai in January, so that was cool. So yeah, I've been to a lot of places. It's really cool to be able to work from anywhere and have this laptop lifestyle. I get to travel with my business partners. So I meet them on the road somewhere, or they say, hey, I'm going to Mexico this week, come, and I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have anything going on, or nothing I can't do from Mexico. So, so that's really cool. So one of the greatest lessons that I learned from being in a triathlon is I actually was in the hospital for a while for a septic kidney infection. And I had already signed up for this race, and being a stubborn Irish athlete, I was like, I'm going to do this race. I paid for it, and I was by no means prepared to be there. Like, I did not deserve to be there. I did not put in the work because I was busy. And it was a half iron. And it's called the Beast of the East. So any of you that are from Connecticut, you know what race I'm talking about. It has an insane amount of elevation. It's awful. And my coach told me, okay, so you're going to have to struggle through the first 9 miles, and then you'll get into a groove. And so I thought that meant the elevation was all in the first 9 miles. And so I was like, okay, when I get past these 9 miles, it's gonna ease out or whatever. And then when I was 20 miles in, I was like, when do the hills stop? Right. 30 miles in, I was like, when do the hills stop? And 40 miles in, I was crying. And in fact, there was some people on the side of the road, and I was like, dang, there's a lot of hills in this town. And the lady's like, if you didn't want to do hills, you were doing the wrong one. So here I am having a complete conversation with people standing on the side of the road. This is how slow I was going. So, there was a point in the race where I thought, there's no way. I cannot go any further. My legs are about to fall off. I can't, no. And I just thought, if I can push down, if I can use gravity and push 1 foot down, then I can keep going, because then I just do it to the other side and the other side. So if I can keep just pushing down, then I can keep going. And that is a lesson that I took into entrepreneurship, and it has served me well, because it's like, if I can just take 1 step, I can keep going.
Wow. Thanks so much for sharing. Thanks so much. You have a heart to give. You have a heart to serve. For everyone that's out there that's watching right now, you can give Melanie McSally a digital applause. And how do you give her a digital applause? Hit the share button and say, Melanie is dropping some gems. Hit the watch party button and just write, Melanie is dropping some gems, and you can pay this message forward. You can help another entrepreneur. You can help another single mom or single dad or someone that's a dualpreneur right now. Do more, have more, be more, and make it happen. So with that being said, let me say thank you for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate you. Got to have you back. Shout out to Angel Tussey. Got to be one of the hardest working ladies I know. She's always saying, Shay. And it's just a fantastic person. Before I ask you another question, take a moment to talk a little about Angel, who connected you and I together. And she's such a giver out there in Colorado, I believe, and just doing some amazing things in the media space. Take a moment and talk about Angel Tussey, Tuccy.
Yeah, Angel is amazing. I love her so much. Instant besties. The moment I met her, she's my girl, and I love her to death. So I met Angel on the Success 2020 Summit. And we've been besties ever since. She is my go-to person for all things PR and media. So I sent her my horoscope one day, and it said, you will be in the media this month, or something like that. And I was doing nothing. I was like, I'm behind the camera, I'm behind the scenes. I don't want to be in the media. And I sent her that because I thought she'd get a kick out of it. And she turned around and did a press release and all this stuff. And I was like, what? And then I was in the media by the end of the day. And it was like, holy crap, it's just like she turns on a dime, and she's just such a rock star, and she's got the biggest heart. And her husband says it well. He says, like, she always triple over delivers. So if you're trying to get on, all the ABC, NBC, all the logos, if you want all the logos, Angel's your girl. So I can't speak highly enough about her. Yeah.
Shout out to Angel. Thanks a lot for connecting us, and thanks for being a giver. I want to once again thank you for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate you. Got to have you back. Take a moment, if you will, and maybe share your final thoughts. The folks that are watching, that are listening right now. Now you've talked about automated productivity. You talked about how to implement it. Now it's time to go to work.
Yeah. So, the juicy nugget I want to leave you with is that, you want success success is going to come to you. It's going to, because you have a genius worth sharing. So one, don't play small, right? Empower the world, give your genius to others. But then when you're doing that, do not make it hard for people to accept that genius, right? You need to be able to capture all the people that are ready to accept that genius from you. And so that's why you need to be ready to scale from day one, so that no matter when success comes your way, because it's a coming, you're prepared, right? You're not sitting on your laurels, so to speak.
You ain't scared because you are prepared. With that being said, thank you all for watching the Happy Entrepreneur Show. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button. Make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you enjoy most about it. I want you to know that you're amazing. You're incredible. You've got greatness inside you. And for you, the best is yet to come, because today is your January 1st. You can automate those things you don't want to do. Today is your January 1st. You can be 4 times more productive than you are right now when you tune into the one and only Melanie McSally. And today is your January 1st. Why? Because your best is still yet to come. With that being said, my name, by the way, for those folks that are curious, my name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember, time is long. Life is short. Live in the moment and make it count. God bless, and we wish you success. Thanks a lot, by the way. You rock. I don't know if we're gonna get out there and do a triathlon, but we'll run some miles when you and I get a chance to connect. How's that?
Oh, that would be fantastic. And please, I just want to take 1 second
Yes.
to thank you, because you're doing such amazing things. You're doing the Ironman of radio shows. So you're standing here, you're entertaining, you're giving so much advice and giving platforms to so many entrepreneurs out there. So thank you for your service and for all that you're doing for people. And thank you to your audience for being here in the East Coast. It's, it's 11 o'clock at night. So, thanks for the quirky hour, I like to call it. But thanks for being here, for staying tuned, for being accepting of my power outage. Yeah, I appreciate all of you. You're so amazing.
Well, thank you so much, and we appreciate you as well. Life happens. With that being said, God bless everyone. We'll see you soon. Talk to you later. We're out. That's why we love you so. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.